Thank God it's Friday and you are welcome to Celebrity Friday on Your View. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here with me. Hi, ladies.
Everybody say yeah.
Everybody say yeah, yeah. Celebration in the building.
Yes, we are joining the celebration on day 5, but it's never too late.
Yes, it's been on since Monday.
We've joined since. We just decided to show it off today. Since today is a Friday.
So since Monday they started celebration and the climax is on Sunday, which hopefully we hope to be there.
Yes,
you know. And you were there last night.
Yes, so I went there last night. Omaomi performed amazing. She has so much energy. And guess what? Mr. Akin, the artist that we had yesterday, he did a painting of Fela live on stage. Like when he started, the place was a bit scanty. Like all the people knew something was going on. So by the time it was done, you just have seen the ovation. It was really, really nice. He did a big live picture of Fela. Really nice painting that he did. So me, I didn't sleep. I got to my house like 1 a.m. in the spirit of celebration. See, my eyes red.
Let me come to
I went to collect your shirt. This is me to say thank you. You're telling me who sent me work.
Thank you. I actually didn't
I like the combination.
Yeah.
The gele is looking on point.
Yeah, I'll try.
Nice.
I came prepared.
It's Friday.
So Jimmy decided not to wear her shirt today?
Because I've been wearing my own all week.
Okay.
And so I may be going there tomorrow rather than Sunday because of work on Monday. YK, congratulations.
You're not working. You're the one that's working.
I don't think that you people. I'm not sure. I saw something on my way here this morning. It was a little funny. LASTMA and armed policemen were trying to stop commercial buses. You see that turning, if you pass Ojota on Ikorodu Road and you're going towards Lagos Ibadan Expressway, they stopped all the vehicles there and there was a little traffic. And a bus, seeing what was happening, that they were arresting buses, turned 90 degrees facing us on the highway. I'm telling you.
This morning.
In traffic. I'm like, whatever, we want to do, we should think about the safety of other people. First, I thought it was inconsiderate of them to even stop traffic because they wanted to arrest a few people and then even further endangering us with buses trying to run away.
Okay, all right, cool. We want to thank our CMD road.
It's just one pothole, just a group of potholes.
You don't even know if it's local government, if it is Senate.
Whoever did it.
Thank you for doing
Thank you for doing CMD road.
The demonic traffic that was there has been delivered.
And guess what? Even what's the road that leads to where we have the road that leads to the secretariat? That road as well. Last night it was they scraped it off. Then this morning they had laid the asphalt.
Yes.
Then even around Ogba as well. I think they are patching a lot of roads. I mean, this is amazing.
We need it. Thank you.
That is what we need.
We've been talking about that major road scene.
Yes.
Thank you for listening. Anyway,
yeah, it's good.
Let's not forget to have a news mention. Remember, it's Bliska in the building.
Yes,
we're still celebrating their 170th anniversary. In the mood of the celebration, they decided to actually pick African women to project their brands, which Your View are also part of that entire campaign. So Blisco, congratulations again, 170th year celebration. And we're still waiting for our Ankara.
Yes, we are still waiting.
All right, let's just take a break.
We'll patiently wait.
Back, we'll look at the front pages of the newspapers. And later, we have a celebrity guest in the building. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's start with the Punch. Tears as freed 21 Chibok girls meet Vice President Osinbajo. Switzerland Red Cross Borno lawyer negotiated release. Freed girls to undergo checkups and get scholarships. You can see pictures here of the girls all teary. Senate passes bill to extend JAM results validity. Fayose seizes cow for illegal grazing. Wando, Fort Oil, 25 others gets crude lifting contracts. APC inaugurates 49-man member campaign panel for Akeredolu. DSS never invited arrested judges before raids, says NBA. Raids on judges' house threats to judiciary independence, says NJC. Robbers shoot Equatorial Guinea console wife and in Akwa Ibom. And EFCC investigating 8 judges and 2 registrars. Lots of stories here.
The only story that I read was this Fayoshe's...
That's the story you read about the cows.
No, because the truth is that we know a few months ago he enacted that law to say that anybody found guilty, they will be prosecuted and all that. So apparently he was on his way somewhere and he saw this Fulani headsman. Saw them with the people monitoring the cows, and as soon as they sighted him, so apparently they also knew that they were breaking the law. They took to their heels, they ran into the bush. So some youths around the area pursued them, but they were able to seize at least 1 cow. Because the truth is, the law does not permit any fine. If you are caught, it is 6 months imprisonment. That is the law. So that's why they apparently ran. You know, but I don't think, I still believe that there's still a better way to handle the issues. Get a mediator to speak to these people and make them understand why.
What if they're not listening? Because I mean, these guys don't seem to. They go straight to killing.
I still believe in dialogue.
Okay.
I was going to talk about the armed robbery attack on the Consul General of Equatorial Guinea and his wife. His name is Joan Mbomio and his wife Maria. They were going from Port Harcourt to Calabar, and this attack happened happened on the boundary of Rivers State and Akwa Ibom. They were attacked by armed robbers who shot sporadically into their SUV. He was hit on the neck. His wife was hit on her left knee. They're in the Calabar Teaching Hospital recovering. Wow. Now, this is very important because an ambassador represents their country in another country. It's the duty of the host country to protect them. You know, so I hope that this does not soil our relationship with Equatorial Guinea. Okay. And we wish them quick recovery.
Okay, moving on very quickly to The Nation. Chibok girls back in tears. Buhari will continue to secure Nigerians. Tinubu hails president. They released the names of the girls, I guess now mothers, that were released yesterday. Eagle Star, Balogun returns to training. NJC, judges arrest meant to cow judiciary. And EFCC probes 7 judges, 2 registrars. The Chibok girls is the top story today, but we'll talk about it in our hot topic because that's our major topic today. Let's move on very quickly to Vanguard. How federal government secured release of 21 Chibok girls. No petition against arrested Supreme Court justices, says NBA. Nigeria ranks high on tuberculosis index. Alleged repatriation of $13.9 billion. Senate summons minister and MTN and others. And without bidding, NNPC increases crude oil off-takers to 27. That was interesting. I read that article. Now, remember Kachuku had said that they're not going to get more than 16 oil lifter off-takers for the crude. And somehow, it became 21. Nobody really questioned that. But what the question is, from 21 now jump to 27. I'm wondering, these 6, what criteria did you use to add them? But in the paper, in Punch, I'm seeing the headline, I actually didn't read the book. It says Owando and Fort Oil. Maybe the additional.
They have clouds now if it's Owando and Fort Oil.
I'm wondering,
but
that's the due process. We're asking very transparent.
Because over the past administration, we saw a lot of portfolio companies that were giving licenses to they were using them to launder money and siphon things. So
that was pretty interesting.
I think it's better for them to tell us how this list increased and the criteria that they used to select them.
Then who read the tuberculosis story?
Tuberculosis story, major issue. Nigeria is ranking number 4 among 6 countries. You have China, Pakistan, Indonesia, India as part of the countries that are suffering majorly under the weight of new cases of tuberculosis. There was recorded that 10.4 million new tuberculosis cases in 2015. It is spreading. It's contagious. It spreads. We need to curb it. We need to raise awareness. I watched a South African, because South Africa is also one of the countries that have major adverts in South Africa running concurrently saying how to protect yourself and all. We don't have that here in Nigeria, and we are number 4 in the world. So we need to work on it, raise awareness.
Yes. You go to one face my face, there are 100 people in one room. You're wondering how
we need to deal with this.
It will just spread.
Moving on very quickly to Daily Sun. Chibok girls return as mother pregnant. No swap deal with Boko Haram, federal government says. Bring back our girls, Ezekwesili welcome release. 19 parents die waiting. And picture of 2 of the girls here. How to get out of recession, says by Kalu. Corruption, security to quiz 30 more judges. Alleged graft, Demola clears Chief Judge and outer. Interesting about this judge's story.
By the time they quiz 30 more judges and find 30 more, how many judges go?
They said they are actually, they've picked out 30 of them across Nigeria. They already have trails on them, and they're going to pick them anytime from now. So we're going to obviously get more right.
The issue of judicial malpractice isn't new. And the corruption within the judicial system is, we all know it because we see judgments that are questionable. So the fact that they are picking 30, I'm not shocked about it. However, I am waiting to see how they would process this, and there should be a complete reform of the judiciary system. You know, Murayo, I was saying that you were talking about your dad and you don't mention your dad's name because this morning I was listening to Freshly Pressed.
In the past 2-3 days, I've been hearing my dad's name. Like,
they say he will be cringing in his grave right now.
Like, let the man rest, please. Yes,
no,
but
because
he was a man of
integrity. I mean, nobody would be mentioning his name all over the place if he did not stand for something. And the truth is that the people that really fought for this country, if they see what is happening today, I don't think, you know, of course, they will.
Please, let my father rest, please. Okay, last paper this morning is this day. In a cash for girls deal, government celebrates return of 21 Chibok girls. More girls to be released soon, says Osinbajo. Abductee freed with baby, Buhari, Saraki, Atiku, Bibrak, girls, others overjoyed. Picture of our vice president and his wife consoling the girls. NJC, no judge can be invited by DSS without due process. While condemning arrest, says it would never shield anyone accused of misconduct. Recommends Onogen as CJN, and EFC opens separate probe of 8 judges. Now, the government is saying there was no cash for girls deal. That's what the Minister of Information was saying. But I don't know why these days coming up with
said that there was not a swap, meaning that they did not release prisoners
for girls.
For the girls.
Okay, so this
but official AP carried it. Even from the presidency, they're saying, yeah, they may not have swapped girls, but they paid some money to have these 21 girls released.
Really?
Well, maybe they don't want to give us that information because they don't want to encourage criminals. If you go and kidnap some girls now, government will pay you. But we also need honesty at all times. We don't want to think that our government, lies to us for whatever reason.
Yeah, but I think they can also withhold some information because until Osama was caught, nobody really knew exactly.
In America, they will tell you, we do not negotiate with terrorists, we do not do this.
Do
you know what happens behind the scenes? I mean, I don't think any government will come out. Even so, I am not expecting them to tell me the strategies in which these girls were released.
But I'm also not expecting them not to lie.
I am hoping that they would release the remaining 100 and how many people left?
197.
197 girls. I mean, if this has successfully happened, then I think there's hope for more girls to be released. Okay. I don't care what method they use. The girls just need to be released.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll talk about that during our hot topic. Let's take a quick break now. We'll be right back. Talking more, we'd like to hear your thoughts on the release of these Chibok girls and your expectations of the government. And later, our celebrity guest is in the studio. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Africa is definitely on the rise.
Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. Just to remind you, this segment is brought to you by Vlisco, makers of Africa's finest print. According to reports, going straight into our hot topics, 21 of our Chibok girls kidnapped by Islamist Boko Haram insurgents in April 2014 have been released, I'm sure many of you are aware, after mediation by Switzerland and the International Red Cross. the Vice President of the Professor Yemi Osinbajo, after meeting with the girls, confirmed that they are in good health, and the next few days or months, there will be more negotiations to release more of the girls. Now, what are your thoughts on this? It's your view. Call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweets. We'd like to hear your thoughts and comments on the release of the girls. That's the hottest topic in town now. So who wants to go first? Oh, let me come to you, Jumoke, actually, because I know you've been reminding us of this.
We're very, very excited about this. 21 human beings. And all over Twitter, Obi Ezekwesili, she's not in the country, but she's posting pictures saying, thank you, President Buhari, thank you, everyone. The president is on his way to Germany, but he also, you know, spoke up yesterday that we're very happy the girls are back. They were received by the Vice President Osinbajo and his wife. The Minister of Information was there. Nigerians are happy any way that you want to look at it, because Yorubas have a saying about a dead child and a missing child. You know, some of those parents may even have given up, and there were a lot of tears yesterday. People just happy to see them back alive. The government is doing the right thing. They're shipping them off for medical examination.
I thought they had medical doctors, psychologists already on ground.
Yes, receiving them, but they're shipping them off for medical examination, for debriefing, you know, so that you can reorientate them, bring them back into the society. Everything about this is good.
900 days is a long time.
I don't know 909.
But it's like, I don't know how these parents are going to receive these young women, because they're not much girls.
As a mother, you know, we've all heard Yoruba saying, that means I would rather have a child dead than a child missing, like you have no idea, you're in a limbo. So closure for those that found their children, I'm happy for them. We must give kudos to those that never gave up, the Bring Back Our Girl campaigners that gathered every day. And yes, Obi Ezekwesili is vindicated to an extent, you know, because she fought it. She sat on the Express. People felt she was politicizing it. She was looking for political position. Some people boldly said on national television that there was no kidnapping, that it was all politics. They doubted it over and over again, that there's something fishy about it.
Interestingly, even Governor Fayose said that it's the diversionary. I'm like, what does that mean?
So, and also, just last Sunday, when I said I ran into the Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, mentioned the fact that this kidnap took, the government came into power 400 days after the girls were kidnapped. That it would have, it couldn't have happened immediately. That they really, the president wants to do something, but there's too much time between. So I'm happy that he said he was going to do something. It took a year coming, because I'm a whaler on the fence right now, and when I see something good happen, I'm going to talk about it. This is definitely a good one.
Well, I think also from the government side, they were being careful not to let us know that, oh, they're negotiating. Remember, our president already told us, oh, are we negotiating? Because we kept asking them, are you negotiating? Who are you talking to? But what gives me succor is the fact that it seems now we're now talking to the right people.
Yeah.
Because initially we didn't know who we're talking to. But obviously, whoever we're talking to right now is right, and that's why we have to secure these 21 girls. So there's hope for the others.
You know, even linking to what you just said, you know, the Niger Delta militants.
Yes.
Remember the government, president keeps saying that until he sees, you know, the face behind, until you're sure that you're meeting the right people. Maybe that's why it's a bit quite laid back about the whole thing. For me, I think coming from where I come from Benin and all that, a lot of times when we want to do something, is the gra jim and we do. But because I'm married to a northerner, and most times I see the way, you know, he takes things very slowly, but at the end of the day, he achieves, you know, results without having to break a sweat or something. Basing on that on that analysis, Murayo, I think Nigerians should be a bit more patient, because now we have seen that truly there is hope at the end of the tunnel. There's light at the end of the tunnel. So even with our economy, with all the things that are happening, insecurity and all that, I think the government is working. They might not be putting it in your face, but there's something going on the
Somebody used an
underground.
analogy yesterday on This Morning with Yori Folari. I think his lawyer, Okwadokun. He said that Buhari is not a sprinter. He's a marathon racer. I'm like, what does that mean? That he's going to take,
yes.
He'll take his
With
time.
marathon,
But
you don't.
It's not how you start.
Yes, yeah, but at the same time,
It's how you
where
end.
are we, Nigeria? Do we have the patience or time for the marathon runner? We need somebody to sprint and get us
No, we
changed.
cannot have a sprinter with the kind of deficit that we've had over the years. In marathon, you don't run as if you're running a 100-meter race. It means at the end of maybe 200 meters, you'll be gone and you're out of the race. But if you take it slow and steady, that's why you see the Kenyans, most times they always take the mark. But you see, what I wanted to say is, when you say where we are, that is where I want to call the federal government, and tell them that, yes, it's good for you to tell us when you have hit a milestone, but it is important, most important, for you to carry us along. Communication has always been our problem in this country. They just feel like we are maybe I think they assume that Nigerians just leave them, they don't. But the truth is, a lot of people are becoming more informed and more aware every day. The social media is helping. People are reading more. So it is important that whoever is in charge of information must bring out that information in a way that the people of Nigeria, they get it very clear.
Yes,
Two things. They cannot tell us their strategy, and they cannot tell us when something is. You don't. In Nigeria, we tend to hide our pregnancy. You say Yoruba will say tissue any bata for boje. Like you would, even when the harvest has arrived, you'll be careful for others. So I get that part. You can't tell us everything you're doing. However, this makes us feel hopeful as a nation. I'm one that almost giving us hope, giving up hope on this government. That what are they doing? We're not getting it. They're not sacrificing. I think change begins with me. What is me when you're not sacrificing? But honestly, this is a ray of hope, and I'm holding on to it.
From Baba Joseph. Baba Joseph from Ojota, are you there?
Yes.
Thanks for calling. Good morning. Go ahead.
Yes. You know what? It's a good thing. We thank God for the release of these 21 girls. It simply means that God is listening to our prayer in Nigeria. We should continue to pray for this nation. And it's a good thing that we have now realized that the prayers of the people is helping this nation. But for the prayer of Nigerians, apart from the fact that they are negotiating, but for the prayers of Nigerians, these girls won't have been released. We are facing a difficult situation in Nigeria, and we have a president, like one of you said, is not a sprinter, he's a marathon racer. But if you are running a marathon as well, you have to get some sprinter who will be leading, so that the marathon racer, the winner, will follow up. But let's look at it this way. We have to begin to appreciate the fact that DSS will even take over from arresting a lot of other people. There are people, even the bankers, who have stolen the money, and they are now retired. They have insider trading. They messed up this economy. So it is not just these people. The judges have to be arrested. Let's allow the DSS to take over the issue of our...
All right, thank you very much.
Two things.
Yes.
Mama Boko Haram has always been in contact with Boko Haram. We also have this journalist who fled the country to Dubai, who had always been in contact with Boko Haram. So it's not like we did not have people talking to them, at the time. Rather, we sent one out, we arrested them. I think that even when you are running a marathon, you must be steady and headed in a direction that everyone who supports you know what you're doing and can keep on supporting you. I'll tell you what, BBC released a recording yesterday of the president's wife saying that in 2019, she may not support him if things do not change. Because the people, 15 million people who have voted him, a lot of them are dissatisfied. A lot of people who worked for his election, they don't have any position in his government. And, so...
BBC went on to release that video? I thought it was a controversy that they didn't want them to.
There is a controversy. It's just that we need to be honestly informed per time. Now, if you do not release your strategy, which is the secure thing to do, also do not tell lies.
Okay. All right. Then also, let me take Tosin. Hang in there. Let me take Tosin. Tosin, are you still there?
Yes, I'm there.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, Moraya.
Good morning.
I'm the first time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Please, I'm really glad and I appreciate it, Mr. President, for this rescue of this 21 girls. But my problem is, I don't know if we can get the complete 190 something that is minutes. Is it possible? Is it possible? Because I mean, it's really, really, I don't know. I'm a parent also. I can't just imagine my girl should go for like 2 years. I mean, I don't even think I will even survive for a year.
Thank you very much, Justin. They have babies. The ones that release have babies. They have, so it's obvious that all of them are probably married out somehow.
This kidnap that happened in Ekpe, after how many days they said they sent a message that the
one boy
was already had fallen ill. In fairness, you know, not to sound like, you know, a new person that carries bad news, you really cannot get the complete numbers. I don't think so. That's my own. But at least if we can save whoever that's available, that's alive, I mean, I think the government will work hard towards that.
I think it's impossible we got.
With these girls, I'm sure we can get more information. Yeah.
Just to reply to say, we finally have 21. You're now thinking they should bring the remaining. But we didn't have any before. People had given up that we might never actually get them back. What does this mean for other parts of our economy? What does the story of finding the Chibok girls mean to the recession? The fact that the president seemed like there was nothing going on, he didn't pay attention, we were thinking he wasn't doing anything, and suddenly some of the girls are back, should give us hope concerning the country as a whole and the direction with which
let's not go that far yet. Let's start talking to Usman. Usman, are you there? From Ikoyi? Yes, go ahead, please. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thank you. Let me congratulate Nigerians for the release of Chibok girls. We thank God that they have been released. I will pray that the remaining ones that are there will also be released. And whatever it takes the government to release those girls, even if it means giving out money, let them do, so that this girl will come back to their family. And I also want to correct Jumoke. She always pick on this government at the slightest opportunity. I don't think it's fair that they're telling lies. No government in the world will come out to tell you everything about security in total. It's not, but because sometimes when saying something,
I think you're repeating what I said, sir.
The operation. So we should a little bit be careful.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you very much, Usman. Yes.
There are more than kidnapped. The kidnapped girls are more than. The Chibok girls are more than, are not the only ones that have been kidnapped. We lost people. Men were also kidnapped. Boys were kidnapped. In Yobe, there's a place in Yobe that they took out a lot of boys too. So as much as we're signposting the Chibok girls, we also need to fight for all the other boys that were kidnapped too.
So we can close.
I am Chini says, Jumi said it, we need to be honestly informed, and to think that our vice president is also lying, or is it naive about it? Wumi Adewakun says, Jumoke, keep saying it, do not tell lies. What is the lie here? You can believe what you want. Okay. Bright Life says, where did these girls come out from? When Air Force said they had come to Sambisa Forest, have they boboed us again? Chuku says, well, we thank God for the release of these girls and the descriptive wisdom used.
All right, that's all we can take on this segment. When we return, we have our celebrity guests in studio. Don't forget, this segment was sponsored by Vlisco. Thanks for this, for the sponsorship, and congratulations again for 170th year anniversary. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Africa is definitely on the rise.
Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. Our celebrity guest is a veteran actress and movie producer who won many hearts. More than a decade ago, she played the role of Anne Hastrop in Amaka Igwe's popular soap Checkmate. Though she has been off the screen for a while, She's been involved in movie production and advocating for women empowerment and sexual violence. Welcome to the studio, Ego Boya.
Thank you.
You're beautiful, I must say.
Thank you.
Good to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So what have you been up to? How you doing?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. I'm fine.
You don't look like you've changed. You don't look like this still has trouble.
Yeah, well, thank
You're
you.
still
Thank you.
very, very young and you know.
Yeah, thank you.
Nothing like, okay, so how are you doing? How's
very
work?
well.
What's going
I'm very
on?
well. Lots of stuff going on. Still making movies.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
Good to know you. We are behind
Yes.
the scenes.
We are behind the scenes, yes.
So you train younger ones?
Well, I've had a lot of people work with me, and we've gone through so many people because, I mean, my company has been in production for 20 years.
Oh,
so we've been at it. There hasn't been a pause, actually. We just haven't been making feature films. But we've been making just, you know, about every other type of film, documentaries, adverts, you know, advocacy films.
Oh, wow,
so
that's
we're
cool.
still doing.
But let me even ask you very quickly about the Chibok Girls. What are your thoughts on this, the release?
Wow,
what would you like to say
it
to
is so. It's a wonderful thing. I mean, I actually marched the first Lagos march, the first one ever, and I remember then we thought, you know, very soon they'll be back. And to think it's now 900 and something days, I can't even imagine. I mean, I have a daughter that is 19 now, and I can't imagine. I mean, I'm constantly, where are you? Have you come out of, you know, always on the phone. So to think that these parents have gone through this for 2 years, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
All right, so let's a lot of people out there, a lot of younger actors and actors or even viewers may not even know who Ego Boya is because we know you because I think we're in that generation, but there's some people that don't know who this person is. They don't see your face on screen. So just tell us a little bit about, give us a big background on how you started, where you are, what you're doing, that kind of stuff. So just to give us speed.
Okay. So I studied theatre arts in the University of Benin, and then I came out of school and I met Amaka Igwe, and she had this soap that she wanted to do, and they came to my house and said, read a couple of pages. I did, and they said, okay, do you want the part?
They
and
came
I said,
to your house.
yes. I mean, it was that. Well, Amaka knew my family. We were sort of family friends, so she sort of knew me, and they said, do you want to do it? And I said, okay, I'll do it. And so doing it was the pilot for Checkmate. And that was 91. Yeah, so a lot of people might not know. So it was 91. We did the pilot, and then I started work in a bank for my youth service at the time. And then they called me and said we had a sponsor and the show was going to go on air. Wow. And so it was that whole, okay, I had to tell my bosses, and they were very good. They were like, okay, go ahead. It's a positive role. I said yes. And so I did that. I worked in the bank. Yeah. I mean, I used to work morning till about 5, and then I'd go and shoot from like 6 to the next morning. Wow. I mean, when you're young, it's easy, you know. I mean, I didn't need that much sleep. I would just, you know, get up and go. So we did that. That was Checkmate. It ran for 5 years. I took a break in 1 year when I had my son. And then I came back, we finished the show, and then immediately we went into Violated, which was a film. And that was my first job as producer, and I had always wanted to, but I didn't think I could. And Amaka just said, well, give it a try, why not? And I loved it. And so after that, that was it.
You know, so how marriage, we're into marriage and the movies, marriage and being on TV.
Yeah.
Marriage, did it make you leave TV? Okay. You know, because you went off the scene.
Yeah.
And people just think maybe it was
Yeah.
her husband's influence.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
That's one. Two, we know that you're married to a financially very comfortable man.
A rich
like
man,
very,
just say rich man.
You're always a rich man. And you know,
Oh,
some
my
people,
word.
that's their ambition. They want to marry. And I've read somewhere that you guys have been dating, it wasn't a rich man when you got married.
Yeah.
But so, maybe one, you give us a background on how, if marriage took you off the scene and out of the screen, and also how has it been married to a financially powerful person?
Well, in terms of taking me off the screen, that wasn't the case, because we got married a year after I started Checkmate. And Checkmate ran, I got married in 92, and Checkmate ran for 4 years after that, so obviously that wasn't an issue. Taking me off the screen, no. I wanted to because, as I said, I became a producer for the first time, and it was very empowering. I was like, wow, you're so much in control. And then I was always getting parts which were just a variation of Anne Hathaway. Nobody saw me beyond, that rich little girl and blah, blah, blah. So it wasn't anything coming in that was exciting. So it was fine. It was comfortable to just stick with producing.
But producing, you, for a career of over 20 years,
yes,
you have not produced 20 movies.
No, not 20 feature films.
Yes. So would it seem like you had to relax, regardless of that, oh yes, I have a production company?
No, I don't think I didn't relax. Because, with the kind of work we do, it's actually it's easier in terms of raising a family. Because I can take my son to work. I used to take him to all my sets. And, you just sort of get on with things. So it wasn't like relaxing. The thing was the kind of films we were doing. And the thing with making feature films is it's very involved. Apart from the budgets, which you have to raise yourself. As you know, back then there wasn't a great deal of support. We're still struggling with support now. Financial support, I mean, for making films. So then it took me a little while to be able to raise the money, to make the film, to find the right project, find the right people. So, and I'm the kind of person, I like to sort of focus on things and just give it my best. It's not just to rush through the process. So it took me a while. But I was making other films in between, in the 20 years, yeah.
Yes. Okay, talk about ask another question.
Oh yes, sorry, about
money.
Money,
Yes.
okay.
How because the thing is, you are married to a very rich man. And a lot of women just see, a lot of young girls just see that they want to go and marry into that money.
Okay.
Not as in marry someone I love or marry someone that I can.
Did you love him or did you know he was going to be rich? What exactly?
I can't.
You can't read his star.
That's a good one. I mean, we met as two young people. We didn't have anything. We were living with our parents. And, you fall in love, you get married, and then you just grow in your different careers.
Yeah.
And, I mean, nobody can predict what the future is going to be. For me, it wasn't about, money. It's never about money. For me, that's how it is.
Okay.
I mean, a relationship, it's about love, friendship, respect.
I wanted to ask you a question, Barry, because what jumps in.
Yeah.
Because as a young girl, you were yourself an RMD. You're Nigeria's favorite sweethearts.
Yeah.
You guys were, and we always hoped and wished both of you would just marry for real. You look like the perfect couple.
Yeah.
Do you still get that stuff like RMD, like whatever happened? Did anything ever happen between both of you, or? I mean, do you still get that stuff?
Everybody says that because I mean, for 5 years there was that relationship with Segun Kadri and Anne Hathaway. We played those parts. Yeah. So of course, that's what the magic of the movies is. People romanticize everything. Yeah. We're good friends, and we've always been good friends. He's always somebody that teases me, and we sort of we have a good.
You really kissed him like that?
No, I mean not apart from in Violated. Where there was, but nothing. I mean, apart from that, as friends, you don't generally go around kissing your friends like that.
Yes,
but, yeah.
I mean, you go ahead.
Now you're a mother and you have a beautiful daughter. Yeah. That she's 19.
Yeah.
And where you started from. I mean, your generation and hers are completely
different.
Contrast. Are you pressured? Are you feeling like, okay, what kind of in terms of marriage, are you pressured to say this is the kind of person that you would want your daughter to go into their families,
considering your status,
especially when it comes to financial status? Because I know you don't care about finances, but are you worried for your daughter?
I'm not worried because I mean she's being educated and she's going to get a job and be able to support herself. That's the whole idea. So it shouldn't be that when you get married, that person is supposed to be, your financial boost. It's supposed to be that you get married and you marry somebody you love and respect, and if you grow together. Yeah. And so if finances come into it, it's fine. But she should be able to stand on her own. So there's no pressure in that regard. I think, if anything, the pressure would be that you marry somebody that you know and who knows the kind of values that you have. You share a lot of, similar, values. It has to be that. To me, that's the focus.
Okay, I have a question about your career. Maybe we'll take it after the break.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go with the
question. You, from Checkmate to Violated to Keeping Faith, your movies stand out. We understand that that's why you don't produce as many. A young girl or man who wants to go into production, what do they need to do to stand out? like Ego Boyo.
Very important.
Okay.
Let me take that answer when we come back to the break.
Okay.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Your View.
Your own don't better. Supervisor don't extend afternoon shift to 8 o'clock.
How am I the crazy? I swear, now Papa never shit you. Anyway, one day all of us could just click and up for that supermarket at home.
Oh, you need to just come out. We dey plan revolt.
I beg wait for that plan and well.
Trust us now. You now your own done better. You don't come up for this palaver. If I be new, I could follow you go night school.
I beg wait could hear word. You, school, impo.
Waiting.
Even self, you get to correct determination.
You get.
You won't try.
You must say Peggy don't pass, don't become banker. Your own done better. She go soon find better flat now.
Maybe.
Yeah, interesting. All right,
ask a question.
You're so pretty though.
You know, you mentioned something about stereotyping your character. When I watched you here just now, you were so graceful. The way you are right here, graceful. And I keep saying to talk about that. Most of our, there's one actress I respect a lot, Mercy Johnson. She's able to go down dirty. She's able to, you know. Don't you think maybe because of your personality that this one she's like a fresh egg. Let us just leave her in that. Maybe that's why you have been. Do you think you can actually go down dirty in terms of roles and all that?
I can.
Really?
I can. The thing is, that's what acting is. We're supposed to be able to play any role. And so you should give me the opportunity to, flex and see. Yes,
because you studied theatre acting anyway.
So
okay, let me take
I can.
Daya from Ikeja. Daya, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Daya. How are you? Go ahead. Welcome to the show.
First of all, I want to commend you on the very wonderful job you're doing. Mariah, Tope, and Uwa, your commenting to this program is absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
Ego Boyo, thank you for those memorable days.
Thank
you were very, very good in acting.
Yes.
I hope the young generation could learn from you. Jumoke, you're fantastic. But you need to calm down with your comment a little bit.
Okay.
Every government in the world do not tell the truth. Let's come back to these issues of these girls. Thank God they are back. And even in America, the government negotiates with terrorists and everything. All we need to do now is to support this government so that those people, those corrupt people that are watching us, one thing I want to let you know, 1% of Nigerians, 1% of Nigerians are able to make calls to your program or Twitter or Facebook. People cannot even eat. They can't make.
All right, Daya. Unfortunately,
So about
we have our guest here. We have our guest here. So
the
what's
question about
our guest?
if a producer wants to be Ego Boy, what do they have to do to stand out?
I don't know. I think what really helps is being able to identify from very early on exactly what it is you want to achieve. So if you want to get into the game just for fame, it's a very different process to follow. If you want to get into the game to deliver good work, good cinematic work, then you have to decide, this is the sort of film I want to make. These are the sort of people I want to work with. I want to be extremely professional, and I want to just make films that are memorable in a way that is very professional. And so that's what I've tried to do. Have a good work ethic, get on my sets, make sure that I treat everybody from cast to crew professionally, even in the choice, in making of those choices, and then just sort of choose the right projects and deliver them in the best way.
So yesterday we discussed success and how to define success.
Yeah.
Societal issues of attaching success to financial well-being and
Yes.
all that. How do you define success as a mother, as a career person, as a wife, and generally, how do you define yourself as successful? How do you say success to others? Definition
I
of
think
success generally.
for me, success is what I have been able, what I've decided I wanted to do and being good at it and being fulfilled in what I've been able to do. And that was, for me, that is what I've been. So I believe I'm moderately successful because I wanted to make films. And in this environment at that time, it wasn't something that was just, okay, fine, go ahead, do it. It's brilliant. You'll make it, blah, blah. And I went out there and I did. And I had a lot of support, of course, from different people, but I'm happy that I was able to succeed at that. And some people know who I am, and some people know my films, and they've made some impact. Some people remember them quite fondly, which is good. And so to me, the definition of success is what you're able to give, what you're able to do as a person, what makes you fulfilled. And then, of course, what you're able to, what people take from what you've been able to give.
Let me take
and of course, financial.
Let me take this call from Bumi. Bumi, are you still there? Bumi?
Hello.
Good morning, Bumi. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
I want to tell Egoboyo.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Cole. You still use Egoboyo?
Yes.
I mean, your husband's name?
Boyo.
Boyo.
It's
Oh, it's
Boyo.
Boyo.
Oh,
Yes.
oh,
sorry.
you see, I've been married for so long.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's
knows that.
the question.
I get that all the
That's the question I wanted to
She
bring
used
to
to
the
be
fore.
Namani.
Yes.
money.
You see, recently all these celebrity issues and all
Marriage
that
breakup.
pressure, and you have made a name, you know, being married. You know, you grew your career inside the marriage.
Yeah.
I mean,
What advice?
how did you keep it? Because these days you just see someone is just famous before you say Jack,
Divorce.
husband and wife, divorce. So how did you keep your marriage? You know, who had to calm down and be like in front while, you know, something else is happening? How did you manage all these years?
I think, again, it's down to the individual and what it is you decide you want to do. If you decide, for instance, when you get married, you make a decision to share your life with somebody, and that comes with its good and bad side. So everybody needs to know what, you know, we need to know what each other's strengths are, and you need to know what, and be supportive. So my husband knew when he met me and when we got married that I was an actress. And so I was always going to be in front of the camera, and at some point people would know who I was, and they would, you know, I would get that attention. But it was also important for me to know who I was as well. So in spite of that, being an actress, being that person in front of the camera and being known, you're also a wife and eventually a mother. So there has to be quite a lot of grounding. It can't be just about that life of being out there always. There's always, you know, you have those people back home. So you have to, there has to be a balance. And you have to also, I think you also have to know who you are and what it is. Again, it's always down to what it is you want to project. If you're chasing fame, then it's fine. It's what you've decided to do. But then I wanted a different thing. I wanted not fame. I actually wanted to be good at my work, to make films that were a certain quality, a certain type.
Let's take some tweets.
Ade Lodun says, a lot of young people don't know you and your exploits, but your efforts have made impacts on and off the screen.
Great.
Addressing you.
Great.
Okay, he was saying, thank you, Egoboyo, for your efforts put into Nollywood through Checkmates Violated and so on. Kafila says, I used to like her innocent looks back then. So she was just a perfect character in those roles. What's the secret of your beauty?
Oh, wow. Before you go to the beauty part, Nollywood generally, because we have to round up very quickly.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Nollywood today? Are you happy? Are you impressed? Are you proud of it? Or where are the prospects?
And where do you think we can
move
I mean, there's been a huge amount of progress. I mean, from where I started, there's a huge amount of progress. But I think that there's still a lot to come. And I think we just need to keep focusing on delivering great cinematic experiences. I think it has to be, for the art of film, you know, apart from the art of film is also that we need to, I think that the next stage for us, because we now are popular. Everybody knows Nollywood everywhere in the world. But now it has to be the quality of the product itself, not just quantity. It's delivering something, a message, something in that, in those films that we're making.
What's the future for you?
The future is still making films.
Do you have an academy? Like
no.
A film academy where people can come and learn production?
No, I don't have a film academy. I think if anybody wants to work with me, I'm quite open.
Okay.
You can come and work with me. I'm always looking for people to work with me, so that's great. And
so what's next?
Next is I made a film with Akin Omotosho, and it's coming out next year. So I'm quite excited about that. It's a very different kind of film.
All right, that's all we can take. Thank you so much
Thank you for having me.
I hope you had fun on the show as well.
I did. Thank you so much.
That's all we can take on the show. The best cure for breast cancer is early detection. Kindly, please get tested today. Have you been tested recently? Ego?
Oh yeah, I'm always good on testing.
Very good, very good.
The tester.
Celebration, yeah. So this weekend we're going partying. Getting some, getting
celebration
groove on. We have to go and groove with YK, Femi, and the whole Anikulako clan this weekend at the shrine.
Join us.
Have a lovely weekend. See you Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.